he had one hell of a performance against the Buccaneers. The Giants were dead. Saquon Barkley was injured. 28-10. You think there's no chance the Giants come back and win this football game. And the first play, Daniel Jones comes out. He hits Evan Ingram on a 75-yard pass, and you start to think there might be a chance. They go for two, and they get it. 28-18. Then he gets another touchdown. It gets getting closer and closer. Big play to me in this game was when the Bucs were down in the red zone. They had Rojo was running well at 120 yards, but then they decided to give the ball to Peyton Barber on 3rd and 2. They settle for a field goal. They keep the Giants in it. Jameis Winston throws a big pick, and Jones has the famous rushing play on 4th and 5. Nobody covering him, just walks into the end zone. The Buccaneers come down. They miss a field goal where Bruce Arians inexplicably backs up his kicker because he thinks it gives him a better chance. The guy misses it. Why right? What do you make of this crazy game down at the Pirate Ship?
Well, I'm going to start off with this. I thought that Daniel Jones handled the pressure extremely well. I thought he played absolutely tremendous. The one thing that stands out to me is that he always keeps his eyes downfield. He does not let the pressure get to him. The one problem, they did say that he did fumble the ball. He does get a bit careless with it. But let me tell you, man, he made some big boy throws. It was his first NFL start. Todd Bowles, a very well-respected defensive coordinator, threw everything at him, and he handled it with so much class, so much respect. He did such a great job. And I'm going to tell you what. He got everything out of his receivers. Sterling Shepard, absolutely tremendous. Evan Ingram, absolutely tremendous.
Even Slayton was making plays down the field.
Slayton, everybody was contributing. I will say, in the beginning, the Giants' defense is trash.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mike Evans went crazy.
Mike Evans in the first half had 7 catches, 150 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's insanity. And who was covering him?
Jack Rabbit's been a huge problem for his team.
Janoris Jenkins cannot, and I repeat, cannot stay with the big boys anymore. He cannot do it anymore.
That last play in the drive where we thought the Bucs were going to get the win, Evans just goes straight over the top of him for 44 yards. Just runs straight past him. No tricks to it, no help, and he just gets absolutely burned. Jameis Winston throws a great ball. Winston played pretty solid except for that one pick. He's starting to look a little bit better. I'm sure the Giants' defense helped, but overall, the Giants get a huge win. They're 1-2. Buccaneers 1-2. So, I think. What else do you think?
With this game, the one thing I don't understand is why Bruce Arians backed up his kicker. I thought that was very asinine, and that's something a rookie head coach would do.
Doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense. You basically back up. Those 5 yards count. He could have made. I think it was a 29-yarder, and you back him up and take the delay of game, so it's 34 yards, and he missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I think it was wide right.
It was wide right. Also, Shaq Barrett had 4 sacks.
That guy is unbelievable.
The Giants line can't block anyone. Nate Solder's been a huge bust, and I'm sure you could agree, as he was a former player on your team. He's been absolutely horrible for the Giants. Everyone can admit that. He's been a huge overpay. So they're going to have to figure that out somehow. And Daniel Jones played tremendously. 360 yards from scrimmage, 2 touchdowns passing, 2 touchdowns rushing, but everyone slowed down with the better than Baker, better than Darnold stuff. I mean, he's played 1 game. It's really good, okay? You'll say I'm biased. I'm a Jets fan. Cool, but let's just see a little bit more. I'm saying he's doing great. I'm going to eat crow. I was wrong about him being pick 6. It looks like a good pick, okay? Everyone can get that. It's true. So I'm still saying he's good, but let's just slow down a little bit.
Everybody really does. I understand that Giants fans are very happy, and you guys should be. You guys found your quarterback of the future.
Yeah.
But listen, the guy played 1 game.
Exactly.
Baker Mayfield is now on a year that he's been in the league and he's played. Sam Darnold, same thing.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of work to do. And
sure.
And the thing is with this, Daniel Jones is going to have to. I will say what he did. He did show me up too. He showed me up to both of us on the draft show when
we were laughing at the pick.
We don't know why he went. We thought it would be Haskins, but you know he did make us eat crow. I like that.
He is.
But
I agree.
Listen, until I see more, until I see some more experience, and then when those 3 quarterbacks, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Daniel Jones, have enough time under them, like a year or 2, like in 2 years, then I'll make my determination. Because right now, you're saying that he's better than Sam Darnold. I don't think so at all. You got a lot of work to do, kid.
Yeah.
You have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, a lot of people think Sam's unproven. I get it. He finished the season strong this year. Unfortunately, it's just been bad circumstances. Got sick with mono. His first game wasn't great, but enough Sam, enough Jones, enough of that for now. Ravens, Chiefs. That was some game as well. And the Patrick Mahomes show continues to roll. Chiefs 33-28. Pat Mahomes almost 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson close to 300 all-purpose and a rushing touchdown. He played a pretty solid game, but it wasn't good enough. Ingram 103 yards and 3 touchdowns. This guy was beasting out there. It couldn't be stopped. Nicole Harmon had a big play. Kelsey doing his thing as well. So from this game, I think one of my takeaways is that Lamar Jackson isn't quite ready to hang with the elite yet.
Well, he did play a great game, and the Chiefs defense still has a lot of work to do, in my opinion.
Too, yeah.
My takeaway, Demarcus Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell did this guy come from?
He had a big catch.
He made a one-hand that touchdown catch he had in the end zone with one-handed keeping his feet in. That was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a huge asset for them since losing Tyreek Hill. This offense, you think they would lose some star power? I don't think so. They've been great. LaShawn McCoy, when he's been in there, has been great. Travis Kelce still putting up numbers. Patrick Mahomes is just showing everybody why he is the next big thing in quarterback play. He makes it look easy. Everything he does, it seems to me his average for a game is 300 plus and 3 touchdowns plus.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
He's just rolling out of bed 303 touchdowns every week.
You don't need to practice. You could just go and,
It's crazy. The Ravens were down 23-6 at half. They showed a lot of fight. They almost came back. They were down 28-33 late. They missed 2 two-point conversions, I believe. The Ravens were in this football game. They just didn't execute. They couldn't keep up with the high-powered offense. But the Ravens are still a legitimate team to me. I just don't know if they can hang with the best of the best yet. That's what I saw from that game.
Yeah, they got some work to do, definitely. The one thing I will say, picking Mark Ingram is really that was a great signing by them. He really fits their offense well. He gives them that power running the ball. He can catch it as well. Lamar Jackson, he did play well, much better. There's one play that really stands out to me in the end zone. Mark Andrews is waving his hands, and he's wide open, and Lamar Jackson just looks at him like this when he's running. And I don't know if you saw the play. It was, I don't know why he didn't throw it, and that was a critical play in the game too. But he's got the one thing about Lamar is I think he's really got to learn how to, just let go of the ball. If you see someone open, just take a shot. Because you can't do it by yourself, kid.
Yeah.
He has a lot of work to do. I agree.
Yeah, he does. He's still good, but he can improve on some things. He had that crazy play to Willie Snead on 4th down. I couldn't believe he came down with. But another game, Falcons-Colts. Disappointing day for the Birds. They go down 27-24. 20-3 at halftime. His team was lifeless in the first half. Jacoby Brissett continues to roll, 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hilton with a touchdown, Marlon Mack another one. Those 3 have been constant all year for the Colts. Hilton has a quad injury, so we're going to have to watch that. Falcons, Julio Jones continues to go out there and do his thing. 9 grabs, 130 and a touchdown. Matt Ryan, another interception, although he did have 3 touchdowns and 300 yards. Devonta Freeman got going a little bit, which was a welcome sign, 88 yards, but too little, too late. Falcons can't seem to get out of their own way early on. They got to clean up some stuff. Ryan's got to be more careful with the ball. He already has 6 INTs compared to 7 last year. That's my one thing here. Falcons defense hasn't been playing well either, so they got to clean up some stuff. And Indy just keeps rolling without luck.
To start off with this game, it's a very disappointing one. They were down. The Colts, let me tell you this, Jacoby Brissett, I will say this, he is without a doubt, he was the best backup in the NFL. He was to Andrew Luck because they found gold when the Patriots traded him. And it worked out both favors. We get Philip Dorsett, they get Jacoby Brissett, and it's working out both favors. I'm going to tell you what I see from Jacoby Brissett. The guy, it doesn't matter. He had the weight of the whole city of Indianapolis on his shoulders, and in 3 games, what has he done? He has shown up. He has put up numbers, and he's winning games. So, I'm going to tell you this. I've seen it. He has a great arm. He has a good instinct. When you come from playing under Bill Belichick for a year, you learn a lot. He played a lot that year in 2016.
Right.
In 2016, those 2 games, and he won. He was 1-1.
I don't know.
So the one thing with this, I'm not surprised. Marlon Mack is just a stud. First week, he wasn't really in. First week, we all could agree it's preseason game. Another preseason game.
First week he's good. Second week
the beginning of the year. I'll say that beginning of the year. So now he's getting back into it. I think he's second. I think he's third or fourth in rushing yards.
He's up there for sure.
So he's been nothing but a stud for them ever since they drafted him. They stuck with him. They had a chance to sign Le'Veon Bell. We thought he could go there. Nope. They stuck with the guy, and he showed you why. T.Y. Hilton, as you guys know, he's a bit injured right now, but we'll have to monitor that. But with this game, the Falcons defense, they lose Keanu Neal again.
That's another big thing.
Once again to a season-ending injury.
Oh, he's out for the year?
Yeah, he tore his Achilles.
Oh, yeah, I should have known that. Damn. What a shame.
It is really, really unfortunate for them. The guy can't stay healthy. He was heart and soul. Him and Deion Jones. It's a problem. And the another thing is Julio Jones is starting to score touchdowns now, and fantasy players should be happy about that.
We are.
But the one thing is this defense, you got to find a way. Yeah. I'm sorry. You guys have to find a way. This offense of yours could be stellar. You're getting Devontae Freeman hot again. That's a big plus. But with this game, the Colts were just keep rolling, and they just couldn't. It was a great comeback attempt, but the Colts just put it away.
Exactly. Next game was very interesting. This had a lot of stuff going on. Lions and the Eagles. And the Lions seemed to be in control of this the whole game, up 20-10, up 20-17. But things got chaotic late. There was a blocked field goal. Jenkins came up with it. Wentz couldn't get it done. Eagles go down 27-24. Surprising loss to the Detroit Lions. 1-2. Very banged up, but still could have won the game in their own building. Wentz 260 and 2 touchdowns. Stafford 200 and a touchdown. Here was one thing that the Eagles should take from this game. Miles Sanders' emergence. This could have been his coming out party. 125 yards from scrimmage. This is a good sign for the Eagles. Could he take over and be that lead back that they've been looking for? Also, Marvin Jones led the Lions with just over 100 yards. Trey Flowers and my old buddy Snacks Harrison recorded sacks. There were 3 sacks on the day. So this Lions team, could they be a little surprising at 2-0-1? Can they knock some people off we weren't expecting? We've already seen them beat 2 teams in back-to-back weeks, and no one gave them a chance against.
Yeah, Matt Patricia is somebody who's very, very intelligent. In New England, what we talk about is he could be a rocket scientist. That's how smart he is. And finally, everybody's just buying into his system. They're really just buying in, and I think that you're starting to see the success come along. The one thing I did not realize is that the Lions defense is actually not bad.
Yeah, they're definitely better than I thought they were
and that's Patricia's forte. He's a defensive guy coming from New England. With this game, the one thing I just don't the injuries to the Eagles, it's a problem to the receiving core. You didn't have Alshon, you didn't have Deshaun. Miles Sanders starting to come on. I'm not surprised about that. It was only a matter of time. Get the ball more to Jordan Howard. I agree. Both of them. Just try to find a way. Jordan Howard finally got a touchdown. I will say Nelson Aguilar stepped up when he had to. Zach Ertz, all he does is produce.
Mm-hmm. But he hasn't really had that breakout big game yet, really.
No, he's been very
consistent.
Yeah, it's been complacent.
Hasn't been like over 100s.
No. He's been. I think the highest was 8 for 72.
And there's one thing you said that gets my attention: that Doug Peterson doesn't really like to run the ball that much.
No, he doesn't.
He should start doing it more. Which my other Eagles friend that said that's a fan, but. Here's the thing. They were down a lot of this game, so they probably had to throw a lot. We weren't watching the whole game, obviously, because we had a bunch of games going on. We don't have their channel. But based off what we see, the Eagles, I'm not too worried about them yet. They have a tough game on Thursday, but we'll have to see how they respond. This is still a lot of talent on this football team. Yeah,
absolutely. They just need to get it going, get some guys back off of injuries, and they'll be just fine. I will say this Eagles secondary is still god-awful.
Right,
it's
that's
trash.
A great take, and they lost Darby.
Yep, they lost Darby to a hamstring injury.
Yeah, so that's not good.
So if they need a secondary that's already banged up, there's a certain cornerback out there that's a bit angry right now who's not playing this week due to a back injury. Maybe you guys should give him a call. Yeah, we're going to have to see what happens with that. This is one of the worst games I've seen from the Jets in about 10 years, and there's been a lot of bad ones. Jets. 105 yards of total offense. That is it. 2.2 yards per play. Third down, 0 for 12. The Jets mustered up 14 points on accident, basically. They weren't even offensive touchdowns. The Patriots scored 30. This game looked a lot closer than it actually was. So I was telling Bobby the other day, I was really excited for the season.
Before Sam Darnold got mono, before we lost C.J. Mosley in the third quarter, before Jenkins went down, before Quinnen Williams left in the first game, before Jermaine Johnson got benched, before Herndon got suspended. Well, that one I knew, but before Copeland got suspended, before I realized the O-line still can't block anyone, before I realized Leonard Williams is still a bust, before we lost Quincy Enunwa for the season. Is there anything else I need to touch on while we're here?
No, you pretty much said it all.
Are you sure? Am I missing anything?
Yeah, I think you're you hit the nail right on the head with this one, brother. Yeah, this game, Luke Falk playing quarterback. You know.
Oh, before we lost Trevor Siemian too.
Yep,
there we go.
There you go. Luke Falk playing quarterback comes in, and just the Patriots defense is doing what they've been. This defense, I'm sorry to sound biased, but it really is amazing how good they are.
It ranks first in every category in the league.
They're letting up 5.7 points per game in 3 weeks.
It's craziness.
It is insane. The Patriots, they're finally getting a pass rush. I love it. They never had it like this before. Jamie Collins, okay? He's back, and in Cleveland, I said this to somebody today. When he was in Cleveland, they didn't use him the right way. They used him as a middle linebacker, a guy who calls out the play. That's not what you need. That's not his forte. That's what Dante Hightower is here for. He's here to blitz and to cover the flat. And you see how athletic he is. This season, in 3 games, you ready for this? He has 3 sacks. He has 2 forced fumbles. He has 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. He's lighting it up right now. The secondary, Devin McCourty, has an interception in all 3 games. They do not let up anything. Stephon Gilmore was robbed the other day of an interception. If you see the picture that was taken, his feet were in bounds with full possession and an interception, and he got robbed. And I don't like that. To the Gilly lock.
Who cares?
I care. I'm gonna tell.
It doesn't matter.
So all I'll say is
really
this: this game, there's one concern I have with the Patriots. The running game is non-existent, but Tom Brady's just lighting it up as he always does. Big player in this game. Julian Edelman was great. Josh Gordon was having a field day against Darryl Roberts.
The Jets just decided not to cover anyone.
Yeah.
There were so many plays I saw that were no within 20 yards of the receivers. I'm just like, you know what, whatever. This is a punt game. We just gave up. The play calling was garbage. Everything sucked about this game. There was not one good thing I can hang my hat on at all.
I'll end it with this. Patriots have let up this year 17 points. 14 of them not on defense. So they've only let up 3 points this year. So
Crazy.
and because Gunner, whatever his last name is, muffed the punt, and Jarrett Stidham literally threw a ball pick 6 to Jamal Adams. So with this game, we could end it like this. The Jets have a lot of work to do, and the Patriots got a big test this week.
Yeah, there's not much more about it. I'm done with this.
Yep.
Bengals.